Are you interested in taking the test management advanced level certification exam? If you are, then you're in the right place. These practice questions will help prepare you for the exam. So the very first question is, a medical organization is building a new user interface into their existing software to integrate with the National Health Service system to access patients' medical history and provide them with the correct treatment. The second iteration of the software build has just started after a successful regression test and the release of the first iteration. The stakeholders want defects discovered early in this iteration to avoid sprint delay and overlap with subsequent iterations. There are regular discussions with the regulators about the conformance of the new interface to the industry standard. Which of the following review types can help the stakeholders to achieve the objectives with the current iteration? Choose all that apply. Informal review, technical review, inspection, and walkthrough. So which of these multiple choice options are the correct answers? So let's go through each one. So first of all, informal review. So an informal review is an ad hoc type of review, is not normally documented. So it won't be ideal in this type of scenarios where stakeholders are involved and they have to conform to industry standard for audit purpose. Then option B, technical review. A technical review is normally a very high standard of review that's performed by the developers or those in the development team to review the code, which obviously is also ideal for finding any issues early in the iteration. So option B is a correct and valid answer for this scenario. Option C, inspection, is the more advanced type of review and is very good at spotting defects and improving on the development process, and is also ideal for this scenario where conformance to regulatory compliance or industry standard is ideal. Then walkthrough also allows a review of the code. So this is where the developer or developers would go through their code, or in some cases, the author of the requirements will review their documentation and will help everyone to identify any defects or raise any questions that will help clarify any anomalies or incompleteness or any issues within that documentation. So in this instance, option B, C, and D are the correct answer for this question. Question 2. An organization has just introduced static testing into the development process and recently completed their first review session. However, the stakeholders were unimpressed with the number of defects escaping into the product build that were found in dynamic testing. A retrospective meeting to identify the root cause uncovered insufficient time allocated to review participants for preparation, insufficient review training, and incomplete work product review. Which of the following factors might also have contributed to the negative review outcome? Choose all that apply. The right mix of experts was missing from the review. Now, in this instance, when the right experts are involved in the review process, it has more efficiency. More issues are discovered, more defects are raised in advance, those critical questions are asked that will prevent escape of defects into the testing phase of that project. So option A is also is one of the correct answers that would apply in this instance. Option B, there's a lack of clarity in the review feedback. That could also be a factor, because if there is a lack of clarity in terms of the outcome or the feedback from a review process, that could mislead participants involved in terms of the correct feedback or outcome they should take from it and how it will help them improve on subsequent projects. So there has to be clarity, which will act as sort of action plans to improve on subsequent development process and projects. So option B is also a valid answer that applies to this scenario. Option C, certain project members were not involved in planning the review. Yes, that could be possible if you don't have the right team members on board. For instance, if you're missing a certain well-experienced business stakeholder or business analyst, that could have an impact on the review process. If you're missing a developer who has been involved at the early stages of the project, was very familiar with the type of software they're building, that could also have an impact. Or you are missing out on a tester that is well experienced or has a business knowledge of that product, that could also have an impact. So option C is also a valid answer. Option D, the review tools were inadequate. Yes, in some projects, a tool will be used to carry out the review. So if the tools are inadequate, or perhaps those that are using the tools are not trained at using it, or the tool itself does not serve the project, that could also have an impact on the review session and outcome. So all of these options are valid answers for these scenarios. We have now come to the end of this short video. Thank you very much for watching this video, and we hope you've learned something from the practice questions. Please like and subscribe to our channel. Bye for now.